You sent the message 4 minutes ago. You know that, exactly, because you've checked. 4 minutes, then 6, then 11, and somewhere around minute 11, your brain quietly switches from waiting to building a case. You reread what you sent, not once, several times. Looking for the wrong word, the sentence that landed strange, the joke that maybe wasn't funny, the tone that maybe came off cold, or needy, or too much. You didn't feel any of that when you hit send. But now, staring at the screen with no reply on it, every word looks slightly wrong, like it's been rearranged by someone trying to prove you did something. You open the app again, nothing, you close it. You open it again 90 seconds later, like something might have changed in the meantime. And underneath the checking, a story starts writing itself, quietly, without your permission. They're upset with you. They're pulling away. This is the beginning of something ending, and you're the only one who hasn't been told yet. You know, somewhere, that this is probably nothing. Traffic, a meeting, a phone left in another room. But knowing that and feeling it are two completely different things, and right now, you are not living in the version where it's nothing. You're living in the 11 minutes, and you don't know why. 11 minutes of silence feels like standing on a ledge. Here are 7 signs you spiral when someone you care about takes too long to reply, and why it happens. You go back to the exact words you sent, scanning them like evidence, hunting for the one line that might explain the silence. It's never really about the words. It's about a mind that's more comfortable finding a reason, any reason, than sitting in the discomfort of simply not knowing. If you can locate the mistake, you can fix it, or at least brace for it. An unexplained silence feels far more dangerous than a silence you can pin on something specific, even if that something specific is you. Not "they're busy," not "they'll reply soon." Straight to "they're upset," "they're pulling away." This is the beginning of the end. Your mind isn't being dramatic for the sake of it. It's running the scenario it has the most practice with, the one it has learned to rehearse most often, the version where silence means something has changed. It's not that you expect the worst because you're pessimistic. It's that somewhere along the way, the worst turned out to be true often enough that your mind stopped ruling it out first. You type something, delete it. Type something shorter, delete that too. A version that sounds casual, a version that sounds hurt, a version that sounds like you don't care either way, still sitting unsent. You're not being indecisive. You're trying to find the exact combination of words that won't ask for too much, won't seem too needy, won't risk making the silence worse than it already feels. The problem is there's no perfect message, because the message was never really the issue. The waiting is the issue, and no amount of editing makes waiting feel different. You just looked 10 seconds ago, and somehow your hand is already reaching for it again, like this time might be different. This isn't really about checking for a message. It's about needing a moment of relief from the uncertainty, even a tiny one, even if it lasts less than a second before the anxiety resets. Checking doesn't actually make the reply come faster, but it gives you the illusion of doing something, and doing something has always felt safer to you than sitting still inside not knowing. Not just the last message. You scroll back through the whole exchange, looking for the moment the tone changed, the point where you might have crossed a line without realizing it. You're searching for a single identifiable cause, because a specific cause feels manageable in a way that sometimes people are just busy does not. Most of the time, there's nothing there, but the search itself is familiar. An old habit of scanning for the moment you did something wrong, built from a pattern where catching a shift early felt important. You're technically doing something else, work, a conversation, a task, but part of your attention never left the phone. It's sitting there, low and constant, a background hum underneath everything. This is what makes it exhausting in a way other people might not understand. It's not one big moment of anxiety. It's a low current running underneath your entire day, quietly pulling focus from everything it touches. You're not failing to focus. You're doing two things at once, the thing in front of you and the waiting. And the waiting is winning more of your attention than you'd like to admit. The message comes through. It's fine. It was nothing, like you already knew, somewhere, that it probably would be. But the relief is brief, thinner than it should be, because some part of you is already quietly bracing for the next silence. You don't get to just be relieved. You get a short window of calm before the vigilance resets itself, waiting for the next gap to open up and start the whole cycle again. That's the part that's actually exhausting. Not the silence itself, but never fully getting to put it down. None of this means you're too much, or too needy, or overreacting to nothing. It means somewhere along the way, silence and distance got linked together in a way that made sense at the time, and your mind built an early warning system to keep that from catching you off guard again. At one point, it may have helped you feel more prepared, but not every gap in contact is the beginning of something ending, and you were never meant to spend this much of your life standing in the 11 minutes. But this spiral doesn't only show up when someone's gone quiet on the other end of a message. Sometimes it's running all the time, underneath everything, a low hum of bracing for something to go wrong even when nothing actually is. That's next.